I'm going to explain how to build this classroom in Second Life. First, you need to open the Build tab and you will see plenty of objects that you have to choose from. I started with a cylinder to begin making the columns. After selecting the cylinder from the Build window, click on the land and it'll appear. The object is then ready to be manipulated. It can be stretched, moved around, and rotated into whatever shape you are trying to achieve. To make the column, I needed to make the cylinder taller, and then I wanted it to taper towards the top to make it appear a little more realistic. I then started working on the base of the column and added a few layers until I achieved the look I was going for. As you can see, sometimes this takes a little while in Second Life and it turns into night. This can be adjusted by going into the environment settings and clicking midday sun. This is hard to see, but I've changed the texture of the column from wood to concrete. And here I've begun linking each of the shapes that I've created to one another. To link two items together, press Shift and then select the two items. Then press Ctrl L and the two items are linked. Do this as many times as necessary until all of the components in your object are linked. After everything is linked, right-click and select Take a Copy, and then you have a backup of your object. To make the floor, I used a cube and flattened it out, and then I changed the texture to blue tile. I also reduced the size so the tiles would be smaller. I had to connect several squares together to get the floor to be the appropriate size, and I saved a copy and connected them so I wouldn't need to do it 16 times over. I was then able to start arranging the columns around the floor and linking them together, and then begin working on the roof. Once the roof was in place, I was able to start playing with texture. Here is an example of a metal gate that I thought made a fun roof. This is ultimately the roof that I decided on for the structure, which was a wood floor. I then added a concrete layer to the roof to give it a little more height, and a white dome roof to make it a little more UVA-like. I added bricks around the dome, and that would soon complement the floor that would go around the base of the structure. I also raised and lowered the building several times during the build to achieve the easiest angle. At the end of the build, I thought the structure needed a little bit more, so I added a couple of concrete steps. And this is it.